Hi, I'm back at the stream that I explored a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, can't remember now, when I was not fishing. I've decided I was fit enough to return. I've bought myself a ticket for the water, and I've literally just stopped off at the first spot which looks fishable, and we'll see how it goes. Not fished this before, this stream, so it's in the lap of the gods really whether I catch anything, but we'll give it a go. I'd forgotten how far it was I walked when I came to look at this stream, and of course on that occasion I was just walking with me without any fishing tackle, and today I was carrying my tackle. Now I do travel quite light, but even so it was quite a walk, so I'm just recuperating a bit before I have my first cast. Anyway, we'll see how we go. The water's up a bit since last time, which is good. It's not flooded by any measure, but it's certainly got a bit more water in it. And I looked on Google Maps after I came here last time, because I sort of stopped walking when I thought I'd had enough, and it looks like there may be some interesting spots further downstream, so I'll try and explore those as well today. Anyway, let's get fishing. I'll go over to the head cam for fishing because it's easier when I'm moving around. Plus the fact the mic on the head cam has got a very good muffler on it, and we've got a bit of a breeze around again today, so probably give you better sound response. Anyway, that's it. Let's get fishing. Alright, we're ready to go. When I walked down this stretch last time, I actually passed this spot. There was actually some people sitting. There's a little bench here. It's obviously somewhere for people to sit and relax. So I didn't really assess it, but looking at it today, that stream over the back there is flowing down behind those, behind that sort of raft in the middle, and it looks quite interesting. So I'm going to give this a go before I walk any further down. I've got a couple of ducks there. They're obviously used to people coming here, and the people that come here probably feed them. So I'm afraid they're going to be disappointed. Anyway, I'm starting off with cheese paste, and we'll see how we go. Yeah. Well, that got rid of the ducks. The cast was a bit short, but once I started retrieving, they decided it wasn't an offering for them, and so we've got a clear run now. I'll leave that one, just see how we go. It's not quite as far as I wanted to go, but I won't disturb the spot any further. I'll just let it rest for a while, see if anything happening. I really want to get a bit further over so it rolls down. I think I need to be a bit further over. It's actually come into the slack bay, and I want to be in that faster water, but the challenge is obviously not going too far because I'll be in the reeds on the other side. Ah, that was the cheese paste came off. Obviously cast too fiercely. Right, let's put some more bait on. Got to be a bit more gentle. This is quite soft, this cheese paste, which is good for the fishing because it means it hardens in the cold water anyway, so it means it pulls through, the hook pulls through quite nicely. I tried to leave the point just on the edge there, so yeah, I've got to sort of try to do a gentle cast, but far enough to get me into that stream over there. That last one was just a bit too fierce. Not sure. I'll leave it there just for a bit. Nah, not happy with it. I'm in some weed as well, I think. Yeah. Cheese pulled off. I've only bought cheese paste today and some fresh bread, so I've got bread flake and cheese paste as baits today. Anything else we haven't got. Okay, let's see if a chunk of flake will stay on a bit better. No, that came off as well. Well, this is proving to be a bit challenging. I can't seem to cast the bait as far as I want to. Let's push the flake on a bit firmer. Trying to pinch it too much and then it doesn't become as attractive as a bait. I need a bit more weight on the line rather than... No, I can't seem to get into that far stream without punching too hard and losing the bait. That's perhaps a bit better. Not sure, I think I'm caught on those weeds. Yeah. Well, this isn't proving very successful, is it? I'm farting around too much. Bread should be heavier now, so... Now, that is the cast. Let's see what happens with that. Usually the case, if there's something there, they'll take fairly quickly. But, what I can't see from here, there's a lot of streamer weed in this stream, stream. I may be cast into the thick of it, I don't know, I can't see from here. So it's difficult to know where the bait's ending up. I think I might have one more cast here and then perhaps move down to the next spot. It looked worth a try, but it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky because of the distance. I'll try one more cast and then, yeah, see it. That bait should have moved down, but it stayed where it landed, so I'm guessing it's thick in weed and nothing can see it, and if it can, it don't want it. One more cast, just in case. At least I've got the distance now. Yeah, I'm only here for a few hours, so I'm not going to spend any more time here. I'm going to move down to the next section and see how I get on there. Well, this is the spot I stopped at when I first come to check out the stream. I'm having to stand to fish this because although there's a flattened out section of reeds there which tend to indicate someone has been sitting down there, it's a bit too low for me at the moment to get down there and get out again, so we'll have to see how we get on just standing. looks like there's a bit of rain coming down now. That was not forecast, so that's going to spoil the day a bit. I don't think it's going to be much, but there was certainly no forecast of rain. It's actually an ideal trotting swim if you had a float set up. Probably fishes better like that and explore more water. Forecast was it to be brighter this afternoon, so hopefully this is just sort of a passing shower. Well, I'm at the next fishable spot, and I thought this was an area that had been beaten down for someone to fish, but looking at it, it seems like it might have been even a swan's nest. So earlier in the year it would have been certainly out of bounds. Anyway, as I say, there's not many spots along here to fish, and put the rod rest in the wrong place. Needs to be round a bit. Ah, that was definitely a pull. A little bump on the line. But that was all. Nothing I could hit. But maybe it's just exploring. Yeah, we're in at last. Trying desperately to get into the reeds. Nearly lost him on those reeds. So there are chub in here. I was beginning to wonder. Anyway, if one keeps trying, one will succeed. Where's the line? And the hook's come out, so that's good. Anyways, obviously not massive, half a pound or something probably, but I'm not complaining, So that was on bread flake. Oh, by the way, if you wonder what this is, I've mentioned in earlier videos that with this recovering hip I mustn't sit on low chairs. So I had a brainwave. I went on to Amazon and I bought, this is high density foam. It's a yoga block. I haven't got a clue what they use it for in yoga, but it gives me 2 1/4 inches extra height on the chair, and it's reasonably comfortable. And I've ordered some canvas to cover it, so it's a little bit more like a fishing accessory than a gym accessory. So yeah, improvisation, as they say. Alright, let's try a bit more bread flake. You probably won't get any more out of this spot, but it's the first action I've had. So mind you, if we get a big one here, that was quite a struggle to get in, and it wasn't very big. So it'll be quite interesting. yeah, that was classic really. There was a couple of taps, very firm pulls, well not pulls, very firm sort of taps on the line, and followed by a good pull round, which is classic chub really. So let's see if we can get another one out of here, but it's probably unlikely. Wind's coming up again. As I say, there's quite a good muffler on this head cam, so I think you'll be okay. On my static cam, the microphones are in a space just below the lens. It's a very small surface area, so it's almost impossible to stick a muffler over it, and makes it a bit limiting really. I have sort of modified a muffler and stuck it there, and I used it on the last video really, when I did the intro for the last video, and the muffler was good enough that you could hear what I was saying, but there was still an awful lot of wind noise. Whereas with this head cam it seems to work much better, because I've got a full size muffler stuck right over the mic, and it really works quite well. Also, that chub sort of bore out my theory that if there's a chub in the swim, you don't have to wait long. It's probably only a few minutes after my first cast that I got those taps, so it's sort of, the theory works. I'll give this a few more minutes, five minutes perhaps, and if nothing happens I'll move, see if I can find another little spot, because I'm not sure I'm going to pull more than one fish out of each of these spots, if any. Arrived at the next spot. I forgot to turn on the video, so I'm repeating what I've already said, which I don't think recorded. Well, basically I'm fishing down on that edge of that slack there, edge of the crease between the central flow and the slack. This is my second cast, in fact. The first cast I put further down into the faster stream, but I didn't get anything there. I put a few free offerings in before I started. It's brightened up a bit, although the sun's gone in now, but when I arrived at this spot the sun was out and it was quite pleasant, but with the sun has come an increased wind. Yeah, again, yeah, I'm into the way that came out the water. I was obviously deep in some streamer weed or something. This is the problem here, you just don't know. You don't know what you're landing in. I'm going to go on a bit of cheese paste, see if perhaps the smell will do some good. Probably being a bit optimistic. Try just dropping down on this crease in front of me. Just letting it move around. stuck in the reeds again. You can, in the yeah, I think it's very time for another move. This is obviously full of streamer weed. Oh dear dear, a lot of ups and downs today. I felt sure I'd turn the video on, but I obviously didn't, because it's just turned itself off. But I've just got another smallish chub in a exceedingly difficult spot to fish. I think the hook's gone out and it's all gone into the yeah, so there we go. About the same size as the last one, probably half a pound or so. But what a place to fish. You can see back there, that's where my gear is. I thought I had the video on showing you the spot before I started and you would have seen the bite, but obviously something went wrong. I can't get anything out there. But I got the bite almost straight away, as you would expect. I haven't got him out. Oh, gee whiz. Well, having fought my way here, I'm going to have another cast and then call it a day from here, because it's too difficult. Here we go. Yeah, I had a bite within a couple of minutes of casting, which fits the pattern really. If there's a chub there and if he's feeding me, you go for it. Oh, we've got swans now. Wow, there you go. Two majestic swans. I had to release the fish in the same spot. It's impossible to walk to another spot. Oh, that was a bite. Quick stab. Yeah, we're in again. That was surprising, but we are in again. I think he put me in the reeds. We were in, but he's gone. Oh well. Can't win them all. Well, I think I'm probably very near the end of the stream, because it merges with a branch of the main river, which is now over there. So I have walked down to the end, but the nettles get tall and thick, and no doubt if you're feeling brave you can wade your way through and perhaps find a decent spot. But there's an interesting raft over there on the main river under the trees, which if I can cast to it might provide something. I'm not sure if it is the main river or a branch of the main river, to be honest, because there's a mill, Horton Mill, which is just downstream, and this might be one side of the mill, and then you've got the actual main river a bit further over. But this looks good. I got here and there was a swan sitting down there, so I thought perhaps not, but he's gone, so I'll just sort myself out and we'll drop one in here and maybe we can pick up a chub from here, and then I'll go and try over on the main river. On the reflection, I think this might have been a swan's nest, because you can see what we've got now. Got 3 cygnets and a swan. And I'm not too sure I want to upset her. But what I might do, I've got some crusts. I'll give the cygnets some crusts. That may make them more friendly towards me. There you go. Okay, I'm over on this sort of, I think it's a side stream of the main river, and that raft over there looks inviting. It's a bit tricky, but swans followed me around. I think I've got a swan here, but I'm rapidly coming to the conclusion this isn't an ideal venue for me in my recuperation stage, because at this end at least the ground is very uneven, and yeah, it's we'll see what happens under there. This at one point was obviously high nettles, and they've all been flattened down, and the problem is they act like sort of traps on your feet, as you know, as you get your foot under the strand or the stalks of the nettles, you can easily trip up, so it's all a bit hostile really. But anyway, I thought I'd just give this this a go, and perhaps after this I'll consider packing up. It looks a chubby swim. You're going to get caught in the line, aren't you? Try down the edge there. No, not much happening, so I think I'll start making my way back. May just drop in that spot over the back there if the swans have moved. No. Well, I'm just dropping in one of the spots that I fished on the way downstream, just to see if it's recovered a bit and may pick up something. Well, it would seem that dropping back in after an hour or so doesn't necessarily work, so I think I may call it a day soon. It's been quite tough actually, tromping around very uneven banks, very awkward swims. Not the best really, considering my current limitations, so I might well call this the last throw, as they say. And but it's been interesting, not an easy stream to fish. Obviously lots of streamer weed, and looking down in front of me there, cabbages as well. You don't know where your bait is. As I said earlier, it's probably a stream worth exploring in low water conditions just to see where the clear spots are. But the problem is, of course, there's very few accessible swims, and this spot here and the one further up where the cygnets were look suspiciously like they might have been used as nests. So in the summer they may not even be available. So yeah, quite challenging really. There is a not a downstream, an upstream section which I haven't explored. I've got to work out how to get there, because when you come across the bridge as you enter the stretch, there is only public access downstream, but there is a footpath that I pass on the way to the bridge which heads in the opposite direction, and I need to explore that because I've been told there's a weir up there and it's quite good fishing. So I may call it a day now because it's very blustery and I've had enough, to be honest, tromping up and down, lots of moves, lots of difficult swims. So if you've watched this far, thank you. It's always good to look at a new water and see what it produces. Only small chub so far, but there's likely to be bigger ones, although the small ones were quite tricky to get in with all this bank reeds and what have you. I think a big one would be a real challenge. But as I say, this is it for today. I'm going to pack up now, and as usual, it's bye for now, and cheers.